Social Security recipients, we got some good news for you. The benefits are going up in 2026. But before you get too excited, there are some important factors affecting how much that increase will actually be, and one of them might surprise you. We're talking about tariffs, inflation, and why September is such a critical month for your future benefits. The good news first, let's start with what we know right now. The Senior Citizens League is predicting a 2.7 cost of living adjustment for 2026, which is higher than the 2.5 you received in 2025. For the average beneficiary, this 2.7 COLA would translate to about a 52 increase per month. So if you're currently receiving around $1,800 monthly, you'd see that bump up by roughly 52. But here's where it gets interesting. If inflation pushes that COLA up to 2.9, we could be looking at closer to a 56 monthly increase. That might not sound like a huge difference, but for millions of seniors, every dollar matters. Why September matters so much now? Here's something crucial you need to understand about timing. The month of September is absolutely critical for determining your 2026 COLA, and here's why. Social Security uses inflation data from just 3 months, July, August, and September, to calculate the following year's cost of living adjustment. That's it. Just those 3 months determine your entire year's increase. The official announcement comes on October 15th, but by then the calculations are already locked in based on those third quarter numbers. The tariff connection, here's where things get really interesting, and this is something most people don't realize. Tariff revenue hit nearly $30 billion in August, the first full month of the current tariff policies. We're expecting to top $30 billion again in September. Now, tariffs don't directly impact Social Security, but they do affect your COLA in an indirect way. When tariffs go up, the cost of goods increases, which drives up inflation. Higher inflation means a higher cost of living adjustment. It's all connected. We're expecting to see inflation hit 2.9 to 3 by the end of September, which could push your COLA higher than the current 2.7 prediction. Real-world price increases, let me show you what these tariffs are actually doing to everyday prices, because this affects what you're paying at the store right now. Coffee prices are up 9.8 this year, compared to a 10-year average of just 0.1. Jewelry and watches have increased 4.7, when the average is usually 0.8. Even bananas, which typically get cheaper over time, are up 4.9 this year. Televisions, which have been getting bigger and cheaper for years, are now up 3.1. And toys, which usually decrease in price due to cheaper manufacturing, are up 2.5. These increases matter because they're part of the inflation calculation that determines your COLA. The timing problem, but here's the catch, and this is really important to understand. While your COLA gets locked in at the end of September, inflation doesn't stop there. We're likely to see continued price increases through October, November, and December, leading into January when your new COLA takes effect. This means you could end up with a 2.7 or 2.8 COLA, but face inflation rates over 3 for the rest of the year. Your cost of living adjustment might not keep up with the actual cost increases you're experiencing. The early retirement problem now. There's another issue that's affecting the entire Social Security system, and it could impact everyone's benefits down the road. More seniors are filing for Social Security at age 62, the earliest possible age, because they're worried about future benefit cuts. Here's what's happening. Social Security serves over 70 million Americans, but the program is facing a funding shortfall that could slash benefits by 23 to 24 as early as 2033. Many people think that if they claim benefits now, they'll lock in their current benefit level and avoid future cuts. But that's actually false information that's being spread around. When the Social Security Trust Fund becomes insolvent, every beneficiary, whether they started at 62 or 67, will face the same percentage reduction. The math on early claiming here's why claiming at 62 is usually not a good financial decision. If your full retirement age is 67, claiming at 62 reduces your monthly benefit by 30. So you're getting 30 less every month for the rest of your life. Yes, you get benefits for 5 additional years, but the monthly reduction is permanent. And when those across-the-board cuts happen in 2033, you'll still face the same 23 to 24 reduction as everyone else. The bigger picture problem, what's concerning, is that as more people claim early benefits out of fear, they're actually pulling money out of the Social Security system faster than anticipated. This could make the trust fund become insolvent even sooner than the projected 2033 to 2034 timeframe. It's creating a self-fulfilling prophecy where fear of benefit cuts is actually accelerating the timeline for when those cuts might happen. Current COLA projections getting back to the immediate news. The Senior Citizens League's model shows that if current trends continue, the average benefit for retired workers would increase from $2,008 to $2,062 per month with a 2.7 COLA. It's worth noting that new beneficiaries today are receiving over $2,000 per month on average, while the overall average for all beneficiaries is about $1,832. So your individual increase will depend on your current benefit amount. What this means for you, about 39 of seniors depend on Social Security for all of their income. So these COLA announcements have a direct impact on quality of life for millions of Americans. Every percentage point matters when you're living on a fixed income. The key thing to remember is that we won't know the exact COLA until October 15th, when the final September inflation data is released. But based on current trends, you're looking at somewhere between 2.7 and 2.9, potentially a bit higher than this year's 2.5. Mark your calendar, so here's what you need to know. October 15th is the date to circle on your calendar. That's when Social Security will announce the official 2026 COLA, and it will take effect with your January 2026 payment. Until then, we'll be watching the September inflation numbers closely because that's what will determine whether you get that 2.7 increase or something potentially higher. The bottom line is that yes, your Social Security benefits are going up in 2026. The question is just how much and whether that increase will be enough to keep up with rising prices. We'll be covering the official announcement in October, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that important update.